Hello students, welcome to the 8th video of this playlist. So in this video we will be solving question number 8 of P4 June 2024 paper. So let's see question number 8. So basically question number 8 is from binomial expansion that is discussed in P4 chapter number 4 of your textbook. Okay, so let's get started. So in this question you can see a binomial expression f of x, a binomial function. Basically it is given 8 minus 3x to the power 4 over 3. The range for x, the domain, basically the domain of f of x is given. Okay, so first question, part A. Show that the binomial expansion of f of x in ascending powers of x up to and including the term in x cube is a minus 8x plus half of x squared plus bx cube plus go on. Okay, so where a and b are constants to be found. Okay, so basically this is, we need to here we need to expand the binomial expression. So for part A, okay, so this is part of binomial expansion process that for your easiness, for your to make the binomial expansion process easier, okay, we will take the first term of the binomial expression common. Okay, so f of x is what there? What is f of x there? F of x equals to 8 minus 3x, 8 minus what? 3x to the power 4 over 3, right? 4 over 3. So what we will do, the first term is 8 there, so we will take 8 common. So as you take 8 common, what it will be? If you take 8 common from there, it will be 1 minus what? 3 over what? 8 x and then whole to the power 4 over what? 3. Okay, so take 8 outside the bracket, so 8 to the power 4 over 3. So cube root of 8 is what? 2, and 2 to the power 4 is what? 16. So 16 times, then 1 minus what? 3 over 8 x whole to the power what? 4 over 3. Now we need to expand the binomial expression. Okay, so 16, we will take a bracket. So we know that the first term is what? 1 to the power 4 over 3. So 1 to the power 4 over 3 is basically 1, right? Then plus, then the second term is what? 4 over 3, right? 4 over 3 over 1 factorial, right? And it is what? Times negative 3 over 8, negative 3 over 8. Since in the denominator you have 1 factorial, so the power of negative 3 over 8 is 1, right? Okay, next the third term would be what? Third term, in the third term the factorial in the denominator, it is what? 2 factorial, right? Since it is 2 factorial, so in the numerator we should have 2 factors. 2 factors is what? 4 over 3. 4 over 3 times what? 4 over 3 minus 1. 4 over 3 minus 1 is what? It is 1/3, right? Okay, and then multiply what? Negative 3 over 8. You can see that the denominator is 2 factorial, so in that case the power of negative 3 over 8 would be squared. Okay, so we should include x squared, so we should like expand up to x cube. So we have one more term left, so that should be what? 3 factorial on the denominator, right? So we should have 3 factors at the top, so 4 over 3 times what? 4 over 3 times 1/3 times what? Negative 2 over 3. 1 over 3 minus 1 is what? Negative 2 over 3. Fine, and now it will be what? Negative 3 over 8 to the power what? Cube. and that's till x cube the question wanted, so stop there. Okay, now what we can write, 16 there, 16 times what, 1 there, so minus, it will be what, 4 over 3 times 3 over 8 is what, it will be just half of x, 3 over 8 x there, it should be 3 over 8 x. I think I missed x from all of the terms, so please add x there, 3 over 8 x, so that should be what, negative 1 over 2 x. Okay, 4 over 3 times 3 over 8, this is what, half. Okay, negative half. Okay, then 4 over 3 times 1 over 3, this is what, 4 over 9. 4 over 9 over 2, this is what, 2 over 9, so 2 over 9 times 3 square over 8 square, this is what, 9 over 64. So you will get plus, it will be plus 1 over 32 what, x squared, and then minus, so it will be what, it will become plus. Okay, so if this is plus, then what would be the value? 4 over 3, use your calculator. 4 over 3 times 1/3, this is 4 over 9. 4 over 9 times 2 over 3, this is 8 over 27. So 8 over 27 over 3 factorial is what, 6. Yeah, times 3 cube is 27 over 8 cube is, okay, 8 cube is 27 over 8 cube. If you do so, if you multiply it, what you will get? It is 1 over 384. 1 over 384, and sign would be positive, 384 x cube. The power is what? X cube. Okay, now multiply the brackets. If you multiply, what you will get? 16 times 1, this is what, 16. Negative half times 16 is what, negative 8x. Then plus 1 over 2x squared, right, 1 over 2x squared, and then 16 over 384, this is what, 1 over 24. So plus 1 over 24 x squared, x cube, 1 over 24 x cube. So this is the expansion as per asked by the question. They wanted till x cube. That's it, done. We are done with part A. Next, part B. Use proof by contradiction to prove that the curve with equation y equals to 8 plus 8x minus 15 over 2x squared does not intersect the curve with equation y equals to a minus 8x plus x squared over 2 plus bx cubed. Okay, where a and b are the constants found in part A. Okay, we got the constants a. What was a there? 16. A is 16. And what's the value for b? The value for b is what? It is x cube. Coefficient of x cube was 1 over 24. 1 over what? 24. Okay. So the part B is basically proof by contradiction, right? So for proof by contradiction, let me explain one thing. Proof by contradiction, the name itself says contradiction, right? So contradiction means what? To oppose something, contradict, right? To oppose something, to tell something opposite, right? So basically in the proof by contradiction, the name itself says we will approach this proof from the opposite. We will approach this proof from the opposite. So here the question asked that to show that the curve with equation this curve, the equation with this curve, it does not intersect the equation with this curve, right? So since it is proved by since it is proved by contradiction, so we should come what? From the opposite. That means we will assume that the two curves intersect. Okay, so let's assume that the first thing, assume each other. So we assume that the two curves will intersect each other. So if they intersect each other, then their y values would be equal. So y values would be equal. So y values what 16 minus 8x plus half x squared. 16 minus 8x plus half of x squared, right? Half of x squared. Then what was there? Half of x squared plus 1 over 24 x cubed plus 1 over 24 x cubed, right? So now we need to just simplify this equation. So if you simplify, what you would get here, take all the terms like 15 over 2 x squared to the right. What you will get? You will get 1 over 24 x cubed, then plus half x squared plus 15 over 2. So that would be what? Plus 8x squared, okay, plus 8x squared, then minus 16x plus 16 minus 8, this is plus 8 equals to what? Equals to 0. Okay, now we should multiply both sides by 24. So the fraction, all fractions will disappear. So 8 times 24 is what? 8 times 24 is 192. 192 x squared, and 16 times 24 is what? 16 times 24 is 16 times 24 would give you it will give 384. So negative 384x, and then 8 times 24 is what? 8 times 24, this is plus 192, right? This would be equals to what? 0. Okay, now after getting this equation, you might get confused, like what we should do. We got a cubic equation there. How can I solve this? Or how can I show that like this equation, whether it has a root or it doesn't have any root? How can I show that? So you might get confused here. So basically we will use some concepts to simplify this equation furthermore. How? Let's see. So look, if you consider this part of the cubic equation, it is quadratic, right? So for quadratic equation, we can convert it to completing the square form, right? So if we want to convert it to completing the square form, what you will get? Let's see. X cubed plus what? 192 plus what? Now in order to represent it in the form of x squared plus bx, let's take the coefficient of x squared common. So we'll get x squared. 384 over 192 is 2x. So we got x squared plus bx form equals to what? 0. Now what we can do? We can we got 1 over 24 x cubed there. Okay, fine. So we can take plus 192 common. So we got x squared plus bx form. Okay. So x cubed plus what? 192 plus what? 192 times x squared plus bx equals to what? X plus b over 2 whole squared, right? Minus what? B over 2 whole squared, right? So this will be minus 1. So bracket, this would be equals to what? 0. Okay. So what you will get now? X cubed plus 192 plus 192 times what? 192 times x minus, multiply the bracket, x minus 1 whole squared, okay, and then minus 192 equals to what? Equals to 0. So 192 cancels out. So what you will get now? X cube plus 192 times x minus 1 whole squared equals to what? Equals to 0. Fine. So look, pretty much simplified. The equation is pretty much simplified now. Okay. Now we can make some what? Some conclusions from here. What conclusion we can make? Let's move on to the question. If you see the question, there is a range of values, possible values for x given. Okay. So here you can see that x is positive, right? So that means within that range, okay, here what we can write here, equation is always for what? For the values of x. For the values of x. What are the values of x there? Okay, the values of x is x greater than 0, less than 8 over what? 3. Right? That means what we can write here now? That means that. Okay, so what we can write? That means the equation don't have what? Don't have any solution. Okay, hence what we can write? Hence the two curves what? Doesn't have a point of intersection, right? Okay, so since the equation don't have any solution, hence we can say that what? The two curves doesn't have a point of intersection. So this contradicts our initial assumption, right? So what we can write? So it contradicts our what? Contradicts our initial assumption. Okay. Therefore, it's proven. What is proven? It's proven that the two curves what? Doesn't what? Meet each other. That's it. Hence it's proven that the two curves doesn't meet each other. This is the proof by contradiction. Okay, this is the whole proof by contradiction. So most important part is this line, basically how to like carry on to completing the square form. Okay, so this part is very important. Like most of the students get confused in this part, like how to go further. So in exam condition, keep in mind, if you get this type of question, like this type of question is getting frequent in the past papers, like in May 2024 paper also this type of questions was there. So for this type of question, you try to like figure out from your mind, like how can you show that? Like, main aim is, what's our main aim? Our main aim is to get something to contradict our initial assumption. So in this context, what our aim? Our aim is to show that this equation, the equation that you see, this equation don't have any solution. We need to show that. So in order to show that, you need to figure out like how can I approach this. Okay, and then you can figure out that you can easily figure out that if you do completing the square, then you can show that this equation don't have any what solution. Make sense? I hope so. You understood this proof by contradiction, and that's all about question number 8 of June 2024 P4 paper.